Hello, and welcome to the Introduction to Clarity Cloud. We're going to talk about how to set up your integration between Clarity Cloud and BIM 360. We're going to add a BIM 360 project to see what that process looks like. We're going to set up some tasks that you can automate within your BIM 360 project, and we'll kick them off and take a look at how they work. So before we get started, one thing that we have to talk about is your integration to BIM 360. You're going to be having Clarity Cloud access BIM 360 as a particular user and always use that user's credentials to be working with BIM 360. So we're going to set up that integration between the two, and both Clarity Cloud as well as Autodesk Forge that we use in the background, they're both going to be accessing BIM 360 as that particular user, so it's going to be able to just see the files and work with the files that that user can see. So here we are inside of our Clarity Cloud tenant that we've got set up. It's brand new and blank, and I'm going to go in first to the Integrations tab, and this is where we set up who we want to run Clarity Cloud as when it comes to BIM 360. So we'll say that we're running as me, and it's going to send me over to Autodesk to sign in. If you're not signed in to Autodesk, then it'll ask for your credentials. If you already are signed in, it'll tell you who you're signed in as and just ask for your permission for Clarity Cloud to access the system. Now our integration is all set up. You can have more than one set of credentials that are defined and use a different set of credentials on different projects that you set up within Clarity. But I'm going to go back to my project list, and I'm going to go ahead and add my first project. So this is my test project from the Boston office, and it's a BIM 360. So I'm going to go in and pick the project that I want to run. Let's go with 2022 test project. And we're going to confirm that we want to work with both Revit and with AutoCAD, and confirm that the version is 2022 of Revit. We're going to say that we want to focus inside of the BIM 360 project on things that are in the Revit folder, and any outputs, any files that we create during automation, by default, they are going to be delivered to the deliverables folder. So we'll go ahead and create our project. So this takes us in to the project homepage for this project, and let's take a look at some of the tasks that we can automate. So for example, we'll go into the task definitions, and for background on this, I'm going to say a task definition is sort of the configuration of what task you want to do, what models it's going to apply to within your project, what's the scheduling or timing for when it needs to get run, and then when you run it, if you've got it pointed at a couple different models, you're going to get a separate task, one for each model, and all those tasks are going to get sent over to Forge generally to be processed. Okay, so let's go ahead and add a task. We're going to pick the Revit to PDF task, and we'll name it more specifically, PDF progress set. We can choose whether it's a specific sheet set or all sheets. We can choose whether we want separate files or if we want a consolidated PDF, various options that we have for checking page setups, page sizes, all those kinds of things. And up at the top, we can go in and choose inside of our project which of the models do we want to have this apply to. So I'm going to say, let's just do these three models, and anything else we can set it up for on demand or scheduled to run on a particular day of the week at a particular time. But I'm going to create this task definition, and we can just kick it off by hand right here. So this successfully started 3 tasks. These tasks have been put onto the queue, and then we're going to watch as these tasks get sent over to Forge and then processed over on the Forge platform with the results delivered back to us. You can see it's starting to go through and do the print. Here you can see that our task finished, and you can look at the history of what was done and everything else. And if we flip over to BIM 360, we can see that our file was delivered. Going back to our definitions list, you can see that there's a wide variety of tasks like PDF, like model health metrics, various publish and e-transmit kind of capabilities that we can do, all with Clarity Cloud. So you can add any of these kinds of tasks to your project and set up a bunch of automation to make your life easier.